Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Unconventional Tarot Reader. You can call me Tutor or just simply T. I don't read tarot the conventional way. I like to go into Tarot Town. Tarot Wood is what I call it. It's a Hollywood for tarot. And I ask the stars of tarot themselves what energy they bring to the tarot deck. So here at the spotlight, we have in the center of the reading the Hanged Man. I have already pulled the cards because I was going to start the video and then I had some technical issues and the cards were already pulled. So we're going to pick up where I left off. So right now the Hanged Man is upright and the two cards that came out on the left are the Knight of Cups, the Six of Wands. On the right we have the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. So this is very interesting, the energy that the Hanged Man is saying he brings to the tarot deck. Because we're seeing a transition here. The Knight of Cups and the Six of Wands, they're in sync. They're both on a horse and they're going in the same direction. But there's a transition here. It could also represent teamwork, but we're going from an emotional state to a more fiery state, a more in your power, structured, fierce, having self-control. It seems like the Knight of Cups is transitioning into the Six of Wands, but in a way of unicism, like they're in they're in unisys, excuse me. They're in sync. They are working together to become something. And so the Hanged Man is upside down, right? But he's thinking, he's getting enlightenment from being upside down. But he's also balanced. This is what I say about the Hanged Man. Now, this is only my belief. I don't know. I've never heard anyone else say this out there. If they have, then that's great. But from what I read in tarot, I believe that the Hanged Man grows up to be the Justice card. Look at that. They look just alike. This is him as a young guy. He's learning how to be balanced. This is a part of his learning curve, his process of becoming the Justice card, seat in his power. Now, the Hanged Man, if I'm not mistaken, is ruled like by Pisces, so it's like a water card. But he also reminds me like Peter Panish kind of energy, hanging upside down, being flighty. But now he's confined to a situation to where he has to think to get himself out of this. But look, he's learning how to balance himself with this leg here, while still tied to this beam. And this is enlightening him on survival and how to stay grounded even in difficult situations. And it promotes what? Balance. And through balance, you can get enlightenment. So like I said, I believe this is him all grown up. But that's just my own personal intuitive way of seeing things. And it makes sense because, look, he's now next to the Emperor, working for the Emperor. The Emperor is allowing him to go through challenges so that he can grow to be the Justice card. So how do you become balanced? You have to bring about all the energies. The Justice card, too, has to bring about all the energies. It has to take consideration for everyone's situation. You can't be a judge and be biased to one situation. You have to be well-rounded. So he has to know about the cups. He has to know about the wands, meaning he has to know about water. He has to know about fire. He has to know about earth. And he also needs to know about air. So wouldn't it strike you as an amazing thing that Pisces rules this card? The fish jump out of the water. They can become air over water to a certain extent because they can jump out of the water at different times. This Hanged Man is hanging in air. He's hanging in the air, getting enlightenment. He's trying to find truth. He's being balanced now because he's encompassing air, water, earth, and fire, the elements. So when he is here, he's telling us to look at things from a new perspective, to seek enlightenment by looking at all the different points in front of us, gathering as much information as possible from every portion of the story or the situation to get a good idea on what answer we need to come up with. Now let's go to the Under the Roses deck, okay? See what he can tell us. Hangman, what would you like to tell us utilizing the Under the Roses deck about yourself and the energy that you bring to the tarot deck? We have the Key, the Stork, and we have the Crossroads. Okay, now I'm going to get the booklet out because I like to use a booklet just in case someone's out there saying, that's not what that means. Well, let's look at the booklet. It'll tell you that I'm not making this up. So we're going to start with number 33, the Key. Destiny, threshold, doorway, unlock, hide, clues, epiphany. Something being revealed or understood. What did I say? When the Hangman is sitting here, he's telling us he's bringing enlightenment. He's looking at things from another perspective. He's finding balance and harmony and growth through being in a different position than normal. Going through a situation he's not used to in order to grow. Something being revealed or understood. He's got a light around him. He's revealing that there's something that needs to be done to promote growth. He's merging all the energies together. But how is he doing that? This is a Piscean card. Then we have the Knight of Cups. We have the Six of Wands. All of this fire coming together with water. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. She's bringing the earth energy in. And then he's hanging in midair from a beam. So now we have all of the elements coming together to bring forth a new perspective of enlightenment. This T that he's hanging from represents wands to me. They look like fire energy. Again, he's hanging in air. The air represents air energy. He himself is a Piscean card that represents water. Okay? And we see earth in the background because we see the leaves. The green also can represent the earth energy. The green leaves. The red leggings or red tights he's wearing, representing root chakra energy possibly. Learning how to balance his solar plexus and his root chakra and his chakras all in one to get them in sync. So he's here to tell us that when you see me in a reading, I'm revealing a lot. I'm saying that there may be some chakras that need healing. You may need to not only study air quality, but you may need to study water quality, meaning maybe you are dealing too deep in your intelligence. Maybe you're always conscious in your crown chakra, but maybe you need to come down a little bit and go into your emotional side, your heart chakra or something like that. And, get in touch with your emotions. Or maybe you're fiery and always in your fire element. And maybe you need to balance that out with the earth. Maybe you need to buy flowers or plant a garden or something. He's saying you need to get in tune with all the elements to be a greater you. And if you guys have any comments, please put them in the comment section below. Any constructive criticism. If you want to dislike the video, you can do that too. If you want to like the video, you can do that. I love all kinds of energy. I love it all. I'm here for it. So the Hangman, can you give us some gypsy cards, please, to tell us more about your energy in the deck? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't go into the Stork or the Crossroads. Let's do that first. Okay. So 17 is the Stork. Beginnings, change, transition, newness, birth, evolution, balanced, an announcement of a new beginning. Look at that. Not making that up. I said it. He, to me, represents the Justice card, but when he's young. So he's learning balance. He's learning stability. He's learning new perspectives so that when he becomes the Justice card, when he becomes a judge of the people and he has to bring balance to the people, he knows how to do it because he went through the process himself. So he's saying, this is what I'm going to bring to the table. I'm going to teach you that you need balance, that you need to start looking at things from a new perspective, that you need to start looking for hidden things that are going to enlighten you. Then we have 22. I would also get into the numerology of the numbers, but I don't want to do that just yet. That may be too overwhelming, but we can do that in another video. But it's so much we can do with these tarot readings. We're going to have so much fun on this channel. Number 22, the crossroads. Choices, way, decisions, wandering, plans, alternatives, junction, free will, a decision to be made or direction to take. So what we're seeing again is he's saying, I'm here to help you make a decision. But you're going to have to look at all the pieces to the puzzle in order to make the decision that has the best outcome, if that is what you choose. Okay, so let's get the Gypsy cards going. Hanged Man, is there anything else you need us to know about the energy you bring to the tarot deck using the Gypsy cards here? Okay, so we have child. We have prison. One more. And we have scholar. To me, this looks like a graduation. The child going through the dark night of the soul. Okay, to me, when I see prison, sometimes it reminds me of a person growing up. And doesn't have to be the literal prison, but it could be a mental prison. When you experience the dark night of the soul, sometimes you go through a mental prison moment where you feel like giving up, you feel stuck, and you feel defeated, and like sometimes you feel like you're going to die. If you don't get yourself out of the situation, you're going to die. Sometimes you feel like that. Now look at him. He's in deep thought, maybe about what he did or about how to get out of this situation, but he's thinking. He's thinking because he's at a point where he feels boxed in, closed in, and his life depends on it. Just like the Hanged Man. He's upside down. His life is depending on the change in this moment. He's looking for enlightenment to free him, some kind of divine guidance to bring him out of this energy. How do I get myself free? And only one arm is chained, just like only one foot is chained. Where there's a will, there's a way. So the Hanged Man is trying to say there's a way to get out of anything if you put your mind to it. And when you put your mind to it, you become the scholar. You're not bound to anything. No mental prison. You go from being a baby to an adult. You go from being immature to mature. Clingy and needy to self-sustaining and self-sufficient. Using all the elements, everything you've learned thus far to grow your strengths. Okay. Now let's get some Wisdom Oracle cards. Hanged Man, can you tell us anything utilizing the Wisdom Oracle cards about the energy that you bring to the tarot deck? This is just how I roll. If I have a question, I ask the cards themselves. They're here. They know what energy they bring. We've got impartiality. We've got recovery. One more card, please, about the energy you bring to the deck, Hanged Man. One more card, please. An impasse. Now I'm going to get the book out like I always do, because I want you guys to know that this is not only coming from me, that this stuff is being confirmed from the people that even created the cards, okay? So the gray cards in this deck represent the spiritual nature. It represents neutrality, the crown chakra, using your conscious for enlightenment and wisdom, spirituality, that kind of stuff. I am not making this up, right? Boom. If you can see it, enlightenment, consciousness, neutrality, crown chakra. What do we say around his head? Is a light. He's being enlightened. When you're balancing scales, the Hanged Man, this woman, what is she doing? She has two different buckets of paint. She's walking with balance. She's being impartial. What did I say about him? I believe he represents the Justice card, when the Justice card is a child, when he's learning how to be the Justice card. When you're in the Justice, you have to balance the scales of authority. You have to be able to see from all different perspectives. That's what he's telling you to do. It's redundant, but it's obvious that the Hanged Man is saying you have to learn how to be balanced. And in order to do that, you have to learn how to encompass all the points of the problem or the situation. And you have to learn how to put them in their own place without bias. The Recovery card here, that is, again, the sixth chakra, the sixth sense energy in this deck. It's about intuitive knowledge and intuitive knowing. It can also reveal family issues, karmic issues. We already talked about how there could be some childhood wounds there, but now we're seeing more family issues, more wounds that maybe wasn't even childhood wounds. It could be wounds that came when you became an adult. However, these are still things that need to be addressed. We also have the Impasse card. This card is about like solar plexus energy, representing a path that is obstructed, reroute. So he's saying, I'm also here to tell you that you need to change your direction. You need to regroup and refocus so that you can come to a better understanding of what the situation is. This is like a guardian angel protecting the way to prevent you from going to a path of destruction. Okay? And then we're going to grab one more card, which is the Archetype card. Can you give us the archetype, please? Can you give us an archetype, please? Hopefully my video doesn't cut off. I have to do a reversal anyway. Seeker. We have Seeker for archetype. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Self-explanatory. Now I'm going to continue this as a reversal. So please watch my other video. And I'm going to keep this card out because I want to talk about the shadow attribute of it. So please like the video, share, subscribe, and tune in next time to see the Hanged Man in reversed. Bye.